Okay, we're live now. Welcome everyone. Thank you for attending this session. Why automation knowledge is needed for a project manager. So Jaspreet, thank you for presenting. You can start your session whenever you're ready.
Sure thing. Thank you so much. I guess we can wait for another 30 seconds. So let the audience come in and then after we'll start. Is that okay?
Sure, perfect. And everyone that's joining, there's a poll going on. So if you want to go ahead and answer. So far, 100% of the audience is project managers.
Project manager. Okay. I guess we are good to start.
Great, go ahead, thank you.
Cool. Thank you. First of all, welcome everyone in the DrupalCon Europe 2020. My session is why automation knowledge is needed for the project manager. So in our further slides, we'll discuss how if the project manager is familiar with the automation thing, and if the project manager is not familiar with the automation stuff, then what are the benefits and what are the challenges, which we'll discuss. Like who I am, like I'm Jaspreet Singh. I have been working with the Excellent for last 7 years. I have 8 years of experience as a quality assurance engineer. Subsequently, I switched my career from QA to PM, and basically the idea behind this presentation came into my mind when I was doing the transitioning from QA to PM. It's a high from Excellent. We are a remote organization with 100 plus people who are working remotely. Our core strength is Drupal. Okay. The agenda behind this presentation is, like, first of all, the why the automation knowledge is needed for the project managers. In the further slides, I'll give you explanation on the two new characters. One is Bob, one is Mary. The Bob who is not familiar with the automation stuff, Mary who is familiar with the automation stuff. What are the benefits? What are the challenges they will face? So we'll discuss in the further slides how to manage the automation backlog, what kind of format which we need to manage, which we need to use for the in order to manage the backlog, how to generate the test reporting purpose. So these are the things which we'll discuss in the further slides. Okay, why test automation is needed? So what is the benefit of using it for the test automation? There are multiple things which we can consider as a benefits while having the understanding of the test automation, which would be like faster feedback, accelerated results, reduce the business expenses, testing efficiency, unblock other team members, the faster time to the market, information security, and many other things. Next point is like how to reduce the dependency. Let's suppose if the project manager has a familiarity with the test automation, then definitely he should not dependent on other people like technical architect or the quality assurance engineers who has a good knowledge of automation. At least project manager can if the project manager is able to understand the stuff at his on site, at least they will be able to unblock other team members. Whether it will be kind of basic understanding would be needed, so that would be more helpful. Apart from that, like I'm not saying to understand the coding stuff or the syntax knowledge should be needed, but at least the basic workflow understanding would be fine. How to think out of box. So if the project manager is already doing the agile stuff, so that is a plus point. But if project manager is aware about the automation stuff, definitely it would be the plus point. It will be kind of addition to the skill sets. The project manager can understand the additional things apart from the agile and the waterfall technologies. Uh, in this slide, I'm going to introduce two new characters. One is Bob, second one is Mary. Bob is a project manager who is working in the reputed company, but he is not familiar with the test automation process, the procedures, how it is working. Um, on the other side, the Mary, who is working as a project manager too, but also she has a good knowledge of the workflow, how the process will work, how the reports will be generated. So this is the difference. So in the further slides, we will discuss the both stories. Like one is Bob's stories, what kind of challenge Bob will face while working, and if he doesn't familiar with the automation stuff. And on the other side, the Mary, what kind of benefits Mary will receive if she has the knowledge on the automation. Okay, let's talk about the Bob story. The first thing is the dependent on others. If Bob doesn't have the automation understanding, then he's supposed to be dependent on other people, like technical architect, quality assurance engineers, who can provide the assistant technical support in order to unblock other team members. The he itself like won't be able to help other team members if we don't have understanding of the procedures and the methods. Second thing is effective team collaboration. So this is a very important thing. The collaboration is a kind of challenge for any product development group, kind of developers, technical architects, testers alike. The problem is more acute with the test automation because it requires the considerably the more planning, foresight, communication, collaboration. So these things are needed as it fully depends upon the historical background data. If the project manager or QA can work together well with the development team members, then after this challenge will be resolved. But if the project manager don't have the basic understanding or the basic methodology understanding, so it would be very difficult for him to collaborate with other team members in order to resolve the dependence. Next is deciding on the best testing approach. When possible, uh, Bob itself always trying to do the best practice to prioritize the meeting with the challenges before buying to the new testing tools, whether I can say that new testing automation tools. So in order to gain the more knowledge, so it would be very difficult for the Bob in order to do the selection of those kind of tools. So at least if a person has a basic understanding, at least he would be able to opt it out which tool is the best in order to use in the project, and then after it would be helpful to the project as well as the stakeholders. Next is evaluating and choosing the good automation tools. There are the many criteria which I would like to share with you. The tools evaluation can seem unachievable for various reasons. The first is lack of expertise needed to make the most of the capability of the specific tool. Second thing is indefinite knowledge on whether the tool exists to meet the specific needs. Second thing is misconception leads to desire to provide the tool that is not available. The favorite tool that doesn't seem to provide the full test coverage. Last but not the least, tool costs that exceed the team budgets. So these are the things if uh, can be unachievable if the person is not, I can't say the word incapable, but the point is at least uh, small understanding can help people to evaluating and choosing the good tools. Next thing is training. If a project manager Bob has a basic understanding on the automation, then definitely he would be able to help train other team members who recently joined in his team. But Bob doesn't have the basic understanding of the workflow of the automation, then he won't be able to help other team members on automation stuff, won't be able to train them. He's supposed to be dependent on other team members to give them a training. Then sorry, then after work on other things. Next thing is significant capital investment. So in nearly all the cases, the initial phase of the test automation comes with some cost, since It requires analysis, design, planning for the implementation. If the choice of the selection of the tool comes with the low cost or the open source tools, so then it may cost high at the end of the stage if that tool is not useful for the project or for the automation stuff. Want Next point is like want understand the automation QA empathy. Let's suppose if a QA engineer is blocked somewhere and Bob is not familiar about the process, and QA is saying like he is blocked somewhere and he has already spent around more than 20 hours in order to fix that thing. So Bob won't be able to understand the QA empathy where he is blocked somewhere, and how he would be able to help him in order to unblock him. So it would be very difficult for Bob in order to manage that thing. Last last but not the least, won't contribute in estimation, planning, and the prioritization. So these are the basic criteria for the automation stuff. If we need to plan the automation thing in our project, then definitely these things come up first in our mind: how to plan the things, how to prioritize the things. So if the person is don't have much knowledge on the automation, then definitely it would be very difficult for him to plan the things, to prioritize the things, like whether which one would be the urgent one, which one would be the lowest one. So this would be very difficult for them. These were the challenges if Bob doesn't have the automation stuff knowledge. And let's talk about talk about the flip side of the story, where if Mary has a good knowledge or the basic understanding of the workflow of the automation, then how it works, how it will be beneficial for him, for her. So first thing is, what kind of automation tool need is there in the project? Let's talk about the Mary, who is familiar with the test automation process, can help her here to identify the need of the project automation and what kind of automation would be needed. At least Mary can identify the list of things, the list of automation tools or list of automation needs is required in the project. At least not kind of requirements, but other than that, she can also identify the list of automation things, like automation queue, like which kind of automation we supposed to do apart from the tools. Do we need to do the functional testing, security testing, compatibility, usability, which kind of automation strategy which we need to follow in the project? At least I'm not saying to understanding on the performance testing is needed, understanding on the functional testing is needed. The point is the person who has the basic understanding uh, doesn't need to understand the syntax, doesn't need to understand the code, doesn't need to do the local setup, just understand the workflow, and that would be suffice in order to help other people. Next point is the complex or the simple feature difference understanding. Mary can understand the difference between the complex and the simple features. So that's the reason she can understand the complexity of the features and she can prioritize it accordingly. I can share one example. One is like in the automation stuff, if we're supposed to validate the sign up process, and in the sign up, we need to validate the list of fields. And on the other side, there is a CAPTCHA which cannot be automated. So basically, the sign up in order to automate the sign up process along with the fields is a simple process to do the automate. And on the other side, the CAPTCHA would be the very complex thing which cannot be automated. At least that if the understanding is there, then definitely these kind of complex versus simple feature understanding would be there as well. Next thing is how to set up the user stories for the automation. So after creating the list of features, Mary can start adding the tickets in the Jira or any other project management tool or the Excel sheets as well. So then after start adding the tickets and creating the maintaining the backlog and start adding the labels as well. Let's talk about the next thing, what can be automated. So Mary has a simple basic understanding on the automation stuff. At least it would be suffice for Mary to in order to help us, like to get the list of features first, then after prioritize it, then after move on with the move all those tickets in the project management tool, then after start work on it. At least Mary can do the estimation, planning, prioritization. At least these things can be done by her side, or I cannot say that she would be able to do by herself, but at least she would be able to contribute along with other team members. Let's talk about the next thing, which is when can it be automated. There are many situations when you realize that the automation stuff must be done, automation testing can be done. So what kind of scenarios would be there? Like first thing is like where you feel that, where the Mary feels that like in order to optimize the speed and efficiency, then there is a need of automation. When there is a need to increase the quality and decrease the cost, then definitely there is a need of automation. When there is a repetition of the testing steps, every time a QA is spending around uh, 30 minutes on single functionality on every deployment, then definitely there is a need for the automation. When there are the number of test cases under the test suite, so at least Mary can relate these things by her own, where the automation need can be fulfilled. When there are the requirements of running of the test cases, which can be helpful if we can do it via automation instead of the manual stuff, so in that scenario that can be helpful. Even Mary can also relate to other scenarios as well, like where the smoke sanity and the regression testing in terms of manual efforts are high, and the automation stuff can reduce the effort. So at least where the automation would be helpful and can be started. Generation of reports is the last thing, which where if the basic understanding how the reports can be generated without any dependency, that at least Mary can generate the reports accordingly. Next point is like when what cannot be automated. So Mary is well capable enough in order to understand the difference between the complex and the simple features. uh, then it would be very easy for her, like what things can be automated and what things cannot be automated. These are the benefits which we have discussed in this slide, which Mary will receive if the project manager, in other words, if the project manager has the knowledge or has the familiarity with the test automation stuff, at least these things can be covered up. If the project manager is not familiar with the automation stuff, then the similar Bob story can be related to that. How to manage the automation backlog. This is a very interesting slide. So if Mary, who has the basic understanding on the workflow, the automation workflow, then she would be able to identify the list of features, whether it would be Excel sheet, whether it would be Jira, or whether it would be any other project management tool. Subsequently, after identify the list of feature, she would be able to validate which test cases can or cannot be automated. So at least whether it would be her, or she can take some help from the other team members, whether it would be technical architect or the QA automation engineer. At least those people would be able to help her in order to automate or validate those test cases, whether it can be or cannot be automated. In our further slide, I'll share one format how the automation test cases can be validated, how it can or cannot be validated, it can be defined there. A kind of format is there, but at least it will give you some reference. After validating that test cases which can or cannot be automated, so it will be approved by the technical architect or the relevant stakeholder. Then after it will come to the presence or the development. Then after automation, QA can take over the further steps. Next is the create automation tickets in the backlog. After getting the approval from the relevant stakeholder or the technical architect, then after uh, Mary can start creating the tickets in the backlog. At least the backlog will be maintained with the help of with the label, like relevant the automation tickets. Automation label would be there. At least it would be helpful to other team member in order to identify the list of automation tickets, set the story points for each backlog items. So if the prioritization is already set, in the next point you can see that they set the priority based upon the complexity. So if the prioritization is already set by the Mary, with a high, medium and low, at least based upon the complexity, she would be able to set the number of story points while following the agile methodology. These are the quick ways in order to manage the automation backlog. Okay. This is the small format to manage the backlog. So few people identify the list of, let's suppose Mary has already identified the list of features, and we have already put down under this Excel sheet, or you can use any other project management tool called Jira or Trello or any other tool. So I'm just going to get you familiar about this workflow, how it can be managed in the Excel sheet. You can manage these things in the other project management tool as well. The first thing is sprints. We can track, let's suppose we have the 100 of automation tickets, like in first sprint how many tickets we can target. At least we can manage it via this one, and same things can be followed in the other project management tool. Jira ticket, whatever the ticket you will create, just put it here. Description of the ticket, at least from via reviewing this Excel sheet, you will be able to see the description, the title. At least within a single line, it will give you a clear example of whether it can be or cannot be automated. So in the next column, the column number D, the can automate, yes or no. So sometimes it's, if it is a very critical thing which cannot be automated, let's suppose the Google Captcha, so it cannot be automated. So at least Mary would be able to manage these things by her own. Functional and critical, so high, medium and low prioritization can be set here based upon the complexity. Status, when the tickets are done, so you can update the things here as well, or in the Jira project management tool. What kind of browser coverage you would like to do, Chrome, Firefox, and other tools as per the scope of the requirement. Location, it is kind of non-mandatory, but it is more relevant if a couple of team members or more than two team members are already working on a single project for the automation. At least these location would be helpful to them in order to locate the specific test cases which another person has already written so far. Last two columns, one is the risk. If there is any risk, please identify those kind of risk first before writing the test cases, and then after add those risk here. And last but not the least, with the relevant comments, if there is any comment, then please put on that. Automation reports. If Mary would be able to generate the small reports, how she's familiar about the how to generate the reports, at least she would be able to do it by her own, via understanding or via following the documentation, or if she needs some help from the other team members in order to generate the report, at least she knows the process how to generate the reports. This is just a relevant example I just shown you. This reports came up from the Behat tool, which comes with the Drupal. And this is in this screenshot, you will be able to see like green ones are the past and red ones are the fields. If project manager would be able to generate this kind of report by his own, at least this is HTML report. So many plugins are available, so with the knowledge sharing, so project manager would be able to do that. Its key takeaways from this presentation, the first one is the project manager will become aware of the benefits of the automation, because I have already given you examples on the challenges and the benefits. So you can relate the story of the Bob and Mary. So it would be helpful to you to understand where we supposed to learn about and how it can be improved upon. Why the PM needs to understand the automation process, and the difference if the project manager is familiar and the project manager is not familiar with the test automation procedure, at least this difference will relate, give you a better example of the Bob and Mary. So benefits and challenges. So both will give you a clear example, clear picture. How can it be worked? How to manage the test automation backlog, and how the reporting system works. So these are the basic understanding, not kind of you need to do the local setups and other things with the kind of technical knowledge, just basic understanding with the how the directory structure works, how the report generates. If there are any minor syntax error, if the person missed out a comma, at least a project manager would be able to help them, would be able to unblock them instead of the dependent on others and need to wait for the other people in order to help them. um, you can reach out to me on the social networking sites as well: Twitter, LinkedIn, GitHub, Skype. And there are many blogs I have already written so far when I was working as a QA, so you can review the blogs on the excellent.com website. Thank you from my side. I'm good with that. It's a Q&A.
Okay, thank you very much, Jaspreet. Let's wait a few seconds to see if anyone has any questions. Please go ahead and post them on the live Q&A chat box. Okay, it seems like there are no questions. But yes, if anyone wants to continue the conversation with Jaspreet, go ahead and reach out to him on his social media. And yes, we can just hang out here for just a few more minutes to see if anyone wants to drop anything on the discussion chat. And if not, we can end the session.
Sure thing.
All right, Jaspreet, I think that would be it. I'm gonna end the session then.
Okay,
Thank you
sure.
very
Thank you
much.
so much. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
See you around. Bye.
Bye bye.